Everyone. So I am here with baby Evelyn. And for those of you guys who are not very familiar with Evelyn, it's because she hasn't been in a ton of videos. She's been more of a display baby for me. She sits with the other three bigger babies kind of in the room, and I don't play with her as much. And anyway, but I wanted to go ahead and change her out of this faux romper. This is a 9-month size romper. It is kind of big on her because she's really more of a 6-month size baby, but I guess in terms of display though, you know, it fits her okay. So, and I was thinking at some point here, I may try this romper on Noah, and we may do a little bit of a cross-dressing thing with him, just because he is my biggest baby, and I think, you know, he's obviously a boy, and so this is not really suited for him, but I think it would look cute on him, so we might just have to try that. But as you all know, I've been like super obsessed with this romper, but I, like all good things need to take a break. So I'm gonna go ahead and change her out of it, and I want to put her in this sleeper. This is like there's like a mommy elephant, baby elephant, and this is from the Children Salon haul that I did. The brand is I Do by Miniconf, and it's a 6-month size. So I think this will fit her great. I have not tried it on her yet. And I think I'll go ahead and take off the onesie. And I'm going to change her, and I actually do have a little bit of a chat topic today. I was watching a video that Carolyn of Canadian Reborn Mama had posted on her channel about sleeping babies, and like, you know, and the topic was really around like, do you like sleeping babies? You know, why or why not? And is it harder to bond with sleeping babies? Anyway, lots of interesting points to talk about. And so I'm going to see if I am able to just maybe slip this on her, so I don't need to like unbutton all the buttons, because there's a lot of buttons on this thing. So I might just try doing it this way. Yeah, and Evelyn is sort of unusual because she is a 6-month size sleeping baby. I feel like I tend to see more awake babies in the larger size, although Gabigail by Claire Taylor is definitely a notable exception. And the bigger babies are fun to hold. They are. Like, they're really fun to dress too, because I can't tell you guys how many like lines of baby clothes. Like, they don't even carry newborn size, just because they start with 3 months, because I think they figure that when babies are newborns, they're that size for such a short amount of time, and they're so young that most parents don't want to be putting them in like really kind of cutesy outfits that are kind of uncomfortable. So they end up just, oh, she looks so cute. I'm gonna give her a quick hug. Oh, she's adorable. She's really a cutie pie. I'm gonna actually see if, gosh, I'm trying to remember if she came with a passy or not. I usually don't do a passy with her. Oh shoot, yeah, I'm like not very prepared, so I don't know. Her originals are like in another box, but she does have a little bit of an open mouth, so I kind of think she could take a modified passy. We could try that sometime. But yeah, this is Evelyn, you guys. She's really sweet. Let me show you guys the back of her head. She has painted hair. It is done with Prisma pencils, I can tell, and it's very nicely done. It's extremely subtle. She's her coloring is beautiful. Her artist is a woman, Jo Mama 5. She sells on Dolphin. She pretty much always only sells on Dolphin, and her babies, when she posts them, they are like claimed within hours. So I was very lucky to get this cute little girl. She's a very good artist, but she's in the UK. So Anyway, yeah, but my thoughts on sleeping babies, because I think when I first started collecting, I only bought awake babies for a while. Like my first three babies I collected, the Lotus Sculpt, and there was, I'm trying to remember who, Li Hua. It was the Li Hua Sculpt was the second baby that I bought. Yeah, they were all awake babies, and then maybe like the fourth or fifth baby, I bought a sleeping one, but I never was like as bonded to that one. And I don't know if it was because that baby was sleeping or if it was just something about that baby. It's sometimes hard to pinpoint, but I do think with sleeping babies, the thing with them is they're asleep. So, you know, realistically, if it were a real baby sleeping, you're not going to be like talking to it and, you know, trying to interact and stuff like that. And, you know, conscious would be when the baby is awake and looking right at you. It is like really, really fun because you can talk, you know, you can kind of feel like they're listening to what you're saying, that they might talk back if they were real, or coo or giggle or something. But when the baby is asleep, you know, you don't get that same like sort of, you're not getting that eye contact, if you will. And eye contact is really a big part of how we humans communicate with each other. And so when somebody is asleep, you know, or when a baby is asleep, it's just a little bit different. But what I will say with sleeping babies, one thing that's extremely nice, and you know, when you hold them, and as I hold Evelyn, and she's just kind of looking at me and she's sleeping, it's like for me the ultimate in realism, because you know, in real life babies sleep a lot. Like newborns sleep a ton, so they're like awake for short periods of time to nurse or eat, or you know, maybe do like a little bit of tummy time, you do a diaper change, and by the time you kind of get through those things, it's like time to sleep again. And they sleep a lot. So the memories I have of my daughter and my son when they were infants, I really remember a lot of time holding them while they were asleep, and it was just such a peaceful feeling. So even though, you know, they're not interactive, and you know, it is like a realistic, a more kind of a more realistic way for a newborn to be. With Evelyn being a 6 month size baby, you know, she is, you know, 6 month old babies don't sleep quite as much. So it's not that it's not realistic, but I think you'll see a little bit more interaction with an awake baby who's like 6 months old, for example. So yeah, so with Evelyn, I think she is like really, really cute asleep. As you can see here. And when a baby is asleep, I also love having them in sleepers, because I think it's just adds to the realism, in my opinion. Like, you don't see a lot of sleeping babies like wearing like a fancy Sunday dress or something like that, or a holiday dress, unless like they were kind of like, I guess, out for some event and then they just happened to fall asleep. But most of the time my kids were in pajamas, like basically up until they outgrew 6 month size clothing. They were always in sleepers, always, 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 like round the clock. And so sleepers are onesies if it was like hot in the summertime. So they would just be wearing like really simple things. But I also do think the one nice thing about sleeping babies as well is, you know, if you're to take them out, it's more realistic. I think it's a little trickier to pull off taking an awake baby out. Like, for example, when we took Natalie out to Disneyland, we were getting quite a few stares, because I think people were looking at her, expecting her to move or blink or do something. And I remembered, like, you know, Melissa from, you know, Hello Melissa Sue, and she would take Zara out to Disney World. And I don't know if you guys saw that video where she was taking pictures with the characters, and the photographer thought Zara was real, and Zara, by the way, is the Emery May sculpt. I have two Emery Mays, as you guys know. But yeah, the photographer totally thought Zara was real, was trying to make Zara laugh, was trying to do things, and she just kind of kept staring back, like, because she's a doll, she's not going to move, she's not going to change expression. So and poor Melissa, she definitely was sharing that she felt like super awkward because it was like, do I tell them it's a doll, do I not, and like, okay, hurry and take the picture already. So it can be a little bit trickier, when the baby is awake and you're taking them out. It's much more kind of realistic that they're going to stay in the same position, being asleep. So yeah, but I will say that, like, I do love them both now. I think that I think I still do prefer awake babies more than sleeping babies in general, but I do love sleeping newborns. Like when it's a newborn sized baby and sleeping, like with Clara and Maddie and with Indy, I love that. Like, and I think that from a size perspective, having newborn size sleepers is really fun. Yeah, with Evelyn here, she's a bigger baby, but she's still really fun to hold. When she's all right, guys. Sorry about that. The video like cut off because I ran out of space on my phone. So I was just saying that I think the newborn size babies, when they're sleeping, you know, I really love sleeping newborns. And with Evelyn, she's a little different because she's a bigger baby and asleep, but she's extremely cuddly, like holding her, holding Noah. That, there's something nice about having kind of like a bigger baby to hold. And so, I don't know. I think size is totally just preference, depends on the person. And but yeah, she's super sweet. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Sorry for the abruptness because it got cut off unexpectedly. I had to keep filming here. But anyway, Evelyn's going to say goodbye to her aunties. And yeah, drop me a comment, just kind of your thoughts on sleeping versus awake. And, do you like sleeping babies? And then also, or do you have a size preference when it comes to sleeping babies? Or you just love, or does the size not matter, whether they're sleeping or awake? Anyway, yeah, I'd love to hear your comments on this. And yeah, thank you so much. And please don't forget to subscribe and like and share this. And I will see you guys on the next video. Evelyn says bye, aunties. Have an awesome day.